What's cracking, everybody? Welcome back to another video. We've got some Pokemon Go Battle League content for you today, and it's a good one because this is one of our secret special teams that we've got working in the Discord, Patron Discord. If you're interested in joining, get some access to those teams and early meta tips, analysis, everything under the sun for Go Battle League, you can check out the link in the video description or here in the video. I also offer coaching through Medify. Also link in the description and in the video here. Now we've got a banger team. This is one we made a few seasons ago, and we've got some battles submitted to us today by a patron member and member of the community, fellow battler Ladybug XOXO. Thank you so much for sending these battles in to me. She went on an absolute tear with this team in the Open Ultra League, and I'm like, send it to me. I gotta put it out. This is such a fun team to play. So we've got a Crobat lead, Obstagoon to close the game out, and we've got Walrein as a safe swap. Pretty standard ABB, you know, fighting anti-fighter team, but it works so well and it's so good. And you know what? That's okay. We're gonna see these battles and they're gonna be just absolutely fantastic. So let's get right into them right now. Let's go. Crobat versus Surfetch. You couldn't ask for a better lead, man. So we've got the Surfetch. He's gonna bail out, I'm sure. The Crobat now is, no, they're not bailing out. They may be APA weak to Crobat. Crobat's just going to have an absolute field day against this thing. Throwing the Poison Fang early right now to get this thing some shield pressure. And they shield the Poison Fang. This Surfetch really wants to get this move off. I bet you it's a Brave Bird. There's no way that this is anything but a Brave Bird if they're staying in this long. And it's a Brave Bird shielded by Ladybug. Very good shield. And in comes the Snorlax. Now comes Obstagoon. The shiny Obstagoon, no less. Absolute flexing. That shiny Obstagoon. I wish I had one. So the cool thing here is that we know that just from this matchup, Obstagoon actually lives through the superpower and can farm down this Snorlax before they can actually get to another move that would KO. The licks are not enough. So now without a shield, the Snorlax is going to go down to the Obstagoon, and Obstagoon's not going to get any farm to the Surfetch when it comes back in. So very well executed by Ladybug here, and he's going to go for another Poison Fang, going to be able to take out the Surfetch, and whatever's in the back is going to have to endure a Walrein and a ton of Poison Fang damage. So probably not a good win condition for the opponent, and they've got Tapu Fini. Tapu Fini is not going to be able to deal with these two in the fact that it has no shields. All Walrein has to do, honestly, is get to an Earthquake at this point. And she stays in, Ladybug stays in here to try and do as much damage as she can. Soak up this energy. No, shielding, going to use Crobat as the win condition in this game here. Surf is going to get shielded, and a Poison Fang is coming through, and that's honestly probably going to KO the Tapu Fini at this point. Crobat is so interesting and so underrated in the Open Ultra League. I actually really like the pick. So well played, great game. Going into this next battle, we've got our Crobat on the lead versus Walrein. Now, this is a terrible lead. You got to swap immediately, but you can't come in with the Obstagoon because that's your only real answer. And if there's a Walrein in the lead, there's probably a Trevenant in the back. So the fact that they're staying in with Walrein means that they've probably got two things in the back that are not strong against the Walrein. They want to do some chip damage. The Walrein hits him with the Earthquake and is going to stay in to play this out. Earthquake coming through from Ladybug's Walrein. Is it going to grab a shield? Probably. It's going to grab the shield, and now the opponent has to deal with two shields, a Walrein, and probably an Obstagoon that is probably really good against this whole team. So, honestly, kind of wondering to see. She lets the second Earthquake go. Obstagoon's going to come in, and I have a feeling that Obstagoon core breaks this entire team because they're still not swapping out. And I can guarantee you there's a Trevenant and probably a Giratina in the back. Let's see if the opponent decides at any point they want to swap out of this matchup. I imagine they've probably kind of have an answer for Crobat in the back, right? So let's see. With two shield, I mean, we got to shield this. You don't want to take too much damage. An Obstagoon, I think, farms down here. So fantastic call to shield this Icicle Spear here. Are they going to keep? No, they're going to stay in. Ladybug's going to go for another Night Slash. Looking for that boost, but they're going to get some farm out of it as well. There you go. Night Slash comes through. No boost, unfortunately, but going to be able to farm down here. Even shields. The opponent comes in with an armored Mewtwo. They probably should have brought this into the Walrein, but that's okay. Night Slash is going to come through, and they're going to do super effective damage with these Night Slashes. Now, you got to be careful. Is this a dynamic punch? If this is a dynamic punch, that's amazing. No, it's a side strike. You got the side strike. That's horrible. And here comes Jirachi. Oh, the double confusion backline. So very interested as to why the opponent decided not to swap out against the Walrein. Maybe they were just afraid of Earthquake or something. But the Obstagoon absolutely had this team on the rails. Unfortunately, the catch on the Crobat was a side strike. If that had been a dynamic punch, that would have been a much different game, I think. Because Crobat going for Shadow Balls would have stripped shields and easily been able to take care of this game here. But it looks like Obstagoon is unfortunately not going to be able to take this entire team on by itself. Very well played, though, by both sides. A very interesting team by the opponent. Love the Jirachi pick. Those are always fun to see. Something you don't see very often, especially up in the high elo ranges right about now, where you're seeing nothing but Registeel, Walrein, and Trevenant. So, well played, even though it wasn't great. You know, it wasn't a win, but it's still good. Now we got Talonflame on the lead, so this is kind of a weird one because Talonflame you don't really have a hard answer to outside of Walrein, which I wouldn't really call a hard answer to either way. So that's okay. We're gonna see them play this out, and gonna go for the Poison Fang. Unfortunately, it looks like that may have been right at the beginning of an Incinerate animation, so that's okay. They're gonna shield the potential Shadow Ball, and now Ladybug is gonna look to catch a move on the Walrein. Probably a Flame Charge. You don't need to shield this, I don't think. But, yep, Flame Charge is fine. That's going to get the shield. Now, the opponent has to either stay in and commit to their Flame Charges and Brave Birds, or they are going to have to swap out and let Walrein, who is now ahead on energy, have its way with the rest of this team. So, let's see what happens. The opponent brings in a Walrein, a Shadow Walrein, and they are behind on energy. So, this Earthquake is going to do a ton of damage, and, man, I don't know. But I'm enjoying, by the way, the new mechanic fixes to this game, even though there's still some things clearly not going well with the game. But ever since the denial and sneak mechanic has been fixed, game works like an absolute smooth machine, and I'm all here for it. So Obstagoon is going to probably look to tank this Icicle Spear here before it farms down, and then we'll see what happens with the rest of this game. I wonder, I've seen this team before with a Trevenant in the back, so I'd have to bet that there's probably a Trevenant back there behind that Talonflame. So let's see. Opponent comes in with the Talonflame. Ladybug throwing a Night Slash with excellent timing, throwing 2 counters into the Incinerate animation, and then throwing Night Slash, and then immediately comes in with the Crobat once again, looking to get, there it is. There's the Trevenant. Oh, man. I've seen this team so many times, and I love it. Crobat is going to absolutely maul this Trevenant here. Look at how much damage this thing is doing. And then, what do they got in the back? They've got Obstagoon in the back in order to clean this game up. So, no problems here. Ladybug is going to be able to absolutely dominate the rest of this game. Trevenant is going to have to get a move off here before the Crobat can finish it off with his Air Slash. I don't think he even shielded this. I think you just save your shield for the Obstagoon. Absolutely no damage from the Seed Bomb. I would have thrown the Shadow Ball there for sure if I were the opponent, but they may not. They may still be getting used to these new mechanics. So Obstagoon just comes in with 1 shield and farms down here. I don't think there's any way you lose that. Yep, opponent concedes the match. That's the game. Very well played. Very good game. So let's get into this next one here. We got Granbull on the lead. This is a really good lead for Crobat. Seeing any Charmer on the lead really is a good matchup. So let's see what happens here. Drapion's going to come in, and I think you got to go for... No, you just... Okay. So the Drapion is going to get ahead on energy, but she looks like she's going to catch the crunch here, which is ideal, because Obstagoon is a super solid answer to a Drapion safe swap, especially a non-shadow, because the damage is not super great. Now she's going to go for the Night Slash here, looking to get that boost. Cross Chop does a bit more damage because it's not resistant, but that's okay. Any boost is good because we like boosts. No Boostagoon this time. Try again next time, right? So maybe going for Sludge Bomb here. Yep, there's the Sludge Bomb from the Drapion. Still not enough to even threaten a KO on the Obstagoon. Obstagoon's going to continue to go for Night Slash, not showing that it has Cross Chop. And Night Slash is going to be able to get some damage in. No shield from the opponent still, and unfortunately still no boost. Now, I think you have to shield this in order to maintain switch alignment here. You definitely don't want... Nope, Sludge Bomb comes in, takes out the Obstagoon. Crobat's going to come in and attempt to farm this thing down, but they're going to actually end up taking... No, they don't! They don't get to the crunch in time! Now the Drapion goes down, and the Crobat has so much energy, and the opponent's got a Swampert. Gonna go for the Poison Fang bait here, looking to try and get a shield out of the Swampert. before Walrein just comes in and dominates its face off. Now, we're going to be able to get to the Shadow Ball before the opponent is going to be able to get to a move, but looks to catch the Hydro Cannon. That's a fantastic catch. Resisted damage on a non-Shadow Walrein. This Hydro Cannon is not even going to tickle the Walrus, and Walrein is now going to be able to deal with the Grand Bull. Unfortunately, though, it looks like the Grand Bull is going to be able to do a lot of charm damage and probably is going to have to put up both shields in order to not get KO'd by the Walrein. So, we're going to see just how this opponent handles the Walrein. They're not even going to bother shielding the first Icicle Spear. Could have gone for the Earthquake and they wouldn't have even known about it. Now they're going to probably shield here. I imagine you probably put shields into your Crobat once the opponent decides they want to throw Crunch. You can just farm down here. And then with all that HP and the Swampert not having any energy left, I imagine Crobat's going to be able to clean this game up quite nicely. Not even shielding. Doesn't even shield. That's a major ball check right there. Very gutsy move by Ladybug not to shield that Crunch, and even more gutsy of the opponent not to shield the Swampert. I wonder now who's actually going to be able to take this game because of that failed bait. You just got to keep going for Poison Fang, and I don't know if well, maybe with 2 shields. No, going straight for the Poison Fang. Opponent just quits. That's it. With 2 shields, I think that was as good as in the bag, but that's still a very tough call when the opponents call the bait like that. So we've got a Giratina. Now the backline shreds the Giratina, and the Crobat, if it gets some energy, can threaten with the Shadow Ball. Now she's staying in here in an attempt to try and get up to a Shadow Ball potentially or catch a move. Now Shadow Ball is going to be able to do a ton of damage to the Giratina, but the Giratina is just, the Dragon Breaths are adding up so quickly, and this Dragon Claw does some damage as well. Now, I'm going to go straight for the Poison Fang here, looking to bait the Shadow Ball. Opponent hopefully putting up a shield because they think this is a Shadow Ball. They no-shield the bait, and then Ladybug comes in with the Walrein, met with a Registeel. That is just unfortunate, because the only answer we have here is the Obstagoon, and the Earthquakes from the Walrein are going to be able to help answer this thing. But honestly, this is going to be a team effort because Registeel is just so dang thick. Opponent's going to throw a move here. Do we shield up the Zap Cannon? No, Focus Blast is going to come through and leaves Walrein with enough HP to get another Earthquake off. Opponent doesn't even go for the Zap Cannon. Oh, but they are going to be able to get a move before the Walrein is able to get to this Earthquake. Do you shield this? I think you... Oh, it's a Flash Cannon. That's why. So the opponent's showing that they actually don't have Zap Cannon on their Registeel. So that makes things a little bit more difficult for Ladybug, and the Flash Cannon comes out at 12 turns, so that's going to be a lot quicker than the Zap Cannon Focus Blast combo at 15 to 16 turns. So gonna have to commit a shield not to get clapped by the Focus Blast 10 times over. But here comes Giratina. Giratina comes into an Obstagoon, and you know something's up. There's got to be something in the back, probably a Walrein that just does not want to tangle with the Obstagoon. So smartly, it looks like Ladybug is going to swap out into the Crobat to absorb this energy, probably. Not going to shield, hoping to live with 1 HP, and the Dragon Breath goes through and takes out the Crobat. Oh, that is devastating. That is absolutely devastating. I've had that happen to me a few times. That 1-turn fast move resolving before you can even get your charge move off, it's just devastating. So this is unfortunately looking like a good game here. Just mechanics are not kind sometimes, and that's just unfortunately the way the game works occasionally. Dragon Claw is going to come through from this Giratina. Ladybug is looking to load up on as much extra energy as possible, not undercharging, trying to get some farms, trying to make something work, but that Registeel in the back is going to be enough to be able to take care of the rest of this Obstagoon. And there's a Swampert. It's over. It's all right. That's a top left for me as well. I would have top lefted as soon as I saw it too. So very good attempt at trying to make that work there from Ladybug, but unfortunately that Registeel having Flash Cannon and the 1-turn Dragon Breath just did not do us any favors. So Escavalier on the lead. This second set here, this is a dominating lead, and it's actually very good that the opponent's Escavalier is deciding not to swap out. Now, I don't think you really shield anything because the Escav does not have any moves that deal anything even neutral to the Escavalier, and the fact that they're staying in means they might fall for a bait. So Ladybug goes for the bait here. Gonna get this Poison Fang. No shielded from the Escav, but that's okay. Can just farm it down at this point, honestly, and still no shield because there's no need. Unless you want to keep the Crobat healthy, which is okay either way. I think that the damage that comes from this Escav is negligible, and I think that Ladybug agrees. Going to farm down the Escav with a ton of energy left over on this Crobat, and they're going to come in with a Golem. This is a core breaker to the Crobat Walrein combo. and I'm not entirely sure how we handle this. Now, hopefully the back-to-back means the opponent doesn't expect this to be a Shadow Ball. Let's see if the opponent expects it. Yeah, they shield the Shadow Ball, and that's unfortunate. So we're going to end up getting a ton of farm. I think you have to come in with Obstagoon now, and that's what she does. All right, so Obstagoon's going to come in and soak up this energy. Unfortunately, chance of it having Stone Edge and Wild Charge, that's a lot of damage. So the opponent's going to swap out. Machamp comes in. Oh, no, new Machamp is not... That is bad. That is horrible. The opponent running a team that absolutely smashes ABA counter. This is not looking good. Cross Chop is going to do so much damage. Oh, man, this is just unfortunate. That Crobat, the reason why the opponent didn't swap is because they had two things that were weak to Crobat. So, unfortunately, opponent is going to... No, the opponent does not get to the move here. Now let's see if they waste their last shield. Yep, opponent's going to shield up the... Oh, you shield this up, you get to the Cross Chop, and I think we're in the money here. Cross Chop's going to come and get a shield from the Obstagoon, and before Obstagoon takes another counter's worth of damage, going to get their own Cross Chop off, take out the Machamp, and hopefully going to be able to get to a Cross Chop to take out the Golem before they get to the Stone Edge, maybe? I don't know if the damage is enough from this Golem to take it out, but they got a lot of energy. Stone Edge going to do a ton of damage on Obstagoon, and Obstagoon is going to throw this Cross Chop, and is it going to be enough? I don't know. Cross Chop almost takes out the Golem. Golem goes down before the Obstagoon can take a move, and that is a good game. Very well played. Hopping into the next match here, we've got Scrafty, another great lead for Crobat. Crobat catching all the good leads in these sets here. Jellicent comes in, and they are met with the Obstagoon, and Obstagoon against a Hex Jellicent is an absolutely dominating matchup, and they're going for a Bubble Beam because that was not 5 hexes. This is going to be a pain. These safe swap Jellicents just love to BM people with these Bubble Beams, so I'm hoping that Ladybug gets 4 or 5 boosts to offset the Bubble Beams, because this is going to be a painful matchup otherwise. No boost here, unfortunately, but just going to continue going for Night Slashes here, trying to deal with these Bubble Beams. I mean, there's no way that the Jellicent wins this matchup regardless. The only problem here is that Obstagoon is going to come out with 4 or 5 debuffs of attack. So hopefully the opponent doesn't have a strong answer to Walrein in the back. And there's the boost! The boost comes through. Obstagoon is back up to normal attack stages. They're going to eat another Bubble Beam though, unfortunately, so that's going to be back down. -1 attack stage, but going to go for another Night Slash here. Unfortunately, not throwing with the greatest of timing, which means the Jellicent does get a whole Hex through, but that's okay. Night Slash is going to come through, and I think maybe you farm down at this point, knowing that you're not going to take literally any damage from anything this Jellicent has to send at you. So, going to go for another Bubble Beam, back down to -2 attack, and farm down? No, not before they take another Bubble Beam, but that's okay. Obstagoon has a ton of energy with which to possibly threaten the Scrafty with some Cross Chops. I don't think you stay in, though. I think you honestly... I think you have to hard swap out of the Scrafty. No, gonna just throw the energy. That's okay too. You know, there's no wrong way here. You just want to keep the Crobat on the Scrafty, and I think that just throwing the energy here is probably the best way to go. That way you don't risk being switch locked into potentially something bad for that Crobat. So honestly, definitely not the call. Ignore me. So Crobat's gonna come in. Registeel. Oh man, with 2 shields though. The Registeel. The Registeel. Registeels are a pain, dude. I hate Registeels. But that's okay. We're going to see just what happens here. The Zap Cannon gets the shield. Kind of has to. Are we going to go for the Earthquake, or are we going to get a bait here? We're going to get the Earthquake for sure. Earthquake coming through onto this Registeel. Do they shield it? No, they don't shield it. That's a huge win condition for Ladybug in order to take out this Registeel. Gonna go for the Icicle Spear before the next Zap Cannon comes through, and I don't know if the opponent's counting, and if they're not, they're gonna shield this. Opponent doesn't shield, they're probably counting the moves, but that's okay, because the Walrein has got this Registeel so low that even Icicle Spear spam is gonna be enough to potentially take it out. So Icicle Spears are just gonna keep coming through, and this Registeel that was a big problem for the rest of this team is now in the red and is probably going to go down. Zap Cannon comes through, and Scrafty hard swaps in. Not going to be able to do anything to this Crobat except for land a foul play, but these Poison Fangs and Air Slashes are going to add up so quickly that it's not going to make that much of a difference whether or not that Registeel comes back in with 2 shields or not. So the opponent throws a charge move. It's probably going to be the foul play. Ladybug decides to save the shield for the Registeel smartly, and Don't think that was 2 foul plays. Is it 2 foul plays? It might be 2 foul plays. I think you have to shield this one. If that's a power-up punch, that's unfortunate. Nope, 2 foul plays came through. That's okay. Now the Registeel is going to come back in, and now they have to start shielding something. So Poison Fangs are going to be some real good. They're still not shielding. The opponent looking to take this to timeout, not shielding at all. So now the Walrein is just going to come in and Icicle Spear down, and the Walrein has a smidge more HP than the Registeel. Let's see what happens right at the timeout. 0 seconds remaining, and Registeel goes down to Powder Snow damage. That was a nail biter, man. Porygon 2 on the lead in this next game. This is some spice right here. I love to see this kind of stuff. So let's see what the opponent does here. They're staying in to play out this matchup. I'm pretty sure that Porygon, I think it's Porygon 2, has Zap Cannon. So that's something to look out for. That's going to be some scary stuff if they land a Zap Cannon. But catches on the Obstagoon on the not a CMP, on the charge move. Opponent throws the Tri-Attack immediately and gets the debuff on the Obstagoon, but Obstagoon is going to draw out a Charmer. Oh, that's rough. But that's going to be really good farm for Crobat. So let's see what happens in the rest of this game here. That's Zacian. That is a whole Zacian. Who runs Zacian in the Ultra League? This person does. You know what? That's pretty cool, Spice. So I never see Zacian in the Ultra League. That's pretty cool. So Zacian is going to get some nice slashes here. It is taking some damage, but if they're running Wild Charge, that is going to be a very dangerous situation for the Crobat. Now they have to throw Play Rough or they have to throw Close Combat. They throw the Close Combat, and the opponent gets the shield out of the Ladybug. But let's see if Obstagoon decides to try and play this out here. Now, getting that boost and then hard swapping to possibly catch another Close Combat. Oh, that is huge. They caught the Close Combat. That did nothing to Crobat. And now Crobat's going to get this Porygon. Dude, that was amazing. Very well played, taking advantage of the misaligned charge moves. The opponent deciding to throw right away allows Ladybug to get out of there to catch that Close Combat, dramatically shifting the course of this game now, because Walrein is not going to have to deal with the Close Combats potentially from it. Now Crobat is going to eat some of these Tri-Attacks here. Tri-Attack comes out very quickly from Porygon, and it is absolutely stabbed. So here comes Obstagoon to farm down. Hopefully going to be able to put enough pressure on this Zacian here in order to get there before it gets to another Close Combat to take him out. Now Walrein is poised here to completely sweep this game here if there's nothing in the back that is weak to it. It's a Swampert. That's it. Game's over. Swampert comes in and is met with the Walrein, and the Walrein is going to just Icicle Spear the pants off of this Swampert, and, you know, as Shrek once said, get out of my Swampert. So that's going to be a good game. Absolutely. Very well played. That, oh man, I'm still getting over that catch. That was gold. Absolute gold. Hydro Cannon. Resisted. Opponent is shield baiting as much as they can, trying to get a clear shot with the Earthquake, not wanting to screw that part up, but unfortunately called the bait. Shield comes up from the Swampert. All Ladybug has to do here is get to this Icicle Spear, and that's the game. And I'm pretty sure that this is going to be a good game here, because Hydro Cannon is going to get the shield, but opponent has not enough energy to get to the Earthquake. Obstagoon is still in the back, ready and raring to come in and defend this Walrein with its life. And Icicle Spear is going to come through, take out the Swampert, and that is a great game. Whoa. That was a great catch. I'm still getting over it. All right, Machamp, another great lead. Dude, how many leads can a Crobat get in one day? Gets met with, dude. Machamp gets met by Crobat. They swap in. Swap in the Walrein. Obstagoon comes out and they just quit. That's the easiest game of my life. All right, Obstagoon Mirror. Now, this is tough because Trevenant loses to this whole team. I can't, dude. This is so great. You know what? Just because this is a rant. No, it's okay. I'm not gonna. I can't. All right, that's fine. Oh man, these. Just quit, dude. I can't. You know what? That's okay. You know, that's the point though. If you quit, that's okay. 2 shielding through this Obstagoon in order to keep the energy advantage to deal with this Trevenant. This is actually a very good call. Going to make it so that this Trevenant absolutely has to put up shields and potentially just get railed by this Obstagoon, who's going to be able to get 3, count them 3 Night Slashes off on this Trevenant. Now, unfortunately, that also means that Ladybug is now left without any shields. However, this Trevenant is going to have a very hard time farming this Obstagoon down, and will have to throw a Seed Bomb in order to take it out. So Night Slash is going to come through, but instead we're saving the Trevenant, or they're saving the Obstagoon for later. hard swapping in, draws out a Walrein, and now Walrein is going to be able to Icicle Spear down this Crobat, but not before Ladybug can put it into Earthquake range for her own Walrein, and then Walrein's also going to be able to deal with that Trevenant quite nicely, because unfortunately the Trevenant is not going to be able to one-shot the Walrein by any means at all, because its charge moves are not going to do that much damage. But they did have a lot of energy swords, so this is over. This game's got to be over. I don't think that the opponent is going to be able to get to really anything here that's going to be able to substantially flip this game around. But Obstagoon is going to come in. They're going to force the energy off the Walrein, which is a smart play. Get a little bit of chip damage in from the counters, and then all you have to do is get to an Icicle Spear against this Walrein that goes down. And they're not swapping in their Trevenant because they can't. So going to farm up. Going to get the energy advantage, probably going to tank. I don't hope this isn't an Earthquake, is it? They're probably trying to throw in, no, it's the Earthquake. There it is. Now the Trevenant is within range to take out this Walrein, but Trevenant comes in, throws the move. Walrein can shield, or doesn't have a shield left. Seed Bomb is almost going to take it out. This is so close. This is another nail biter here. Here comes the Icicle Spear to take out this Trevenant. There goes the tree, and then all you have to do is get to the Icicle Spear to take out the Walrein, I think. So let's see if that's going to be enough damage to take it out. They're both extremely low, and that is going to be almost enough, but takes it out as the opponent gets to a move, and that is going to be a good game. Once again, Ladybug XOXO taking the Ultra League by storm with Crobat and Shiny Obstagoon. You can't go wrong with Shiny Obstagoon. Get 5-0 at the end of that set. That is fantastic. This team has been an absolute banger for us the last few seasons. And again, if you want to get involved in the Patreon Discord and get these teams before they come on YouTube, link in the description and in the video. Thank you so much for submitting these battles, Ladybug. That was a fantastic 2 sets to go through. I had so much fun, and I look forward to the next one for sure. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Let me know how your Ultra League has gone for you. It's coming back next week. Got all 3 leagues open after this comes out. I think it's like probably going to be, what, Wednesday? So, good luck. Happy climbing. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.